and gentlemen, the one,
I'm here.
the only, the Herbmeister.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Herb, how you doing? I'm Bob
I'm doing
Spino.
great. I just had my puppies out, 2 beagles that are the greatest that my host here knows very well.
Mhm.
And I hope to be a friend of the podcast for other occasions as well.
We'd love to have you on whenever you want.
Okay, so I will give a little introduction and speak and hope that you can garner some information, whoever is out there. I'm betting since I'm 11 years old, and so I know a lot about betting. There will be no solicitations for money or to pay for anything. This is free and open advice garnered by me from all the years, as the host here knows very well. So I shall begin by saying I'm betting since I'm 11 years old, and I have reduced sports betting to the things I know best, which is football. I bet on the Oscars.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes I bet on other events like political events because I follow politics very much, and I also know music since I'm like 10, 11.
Join the. I love the Beatles. Me too.
Well, I'm a big Stones guy.
Oh, but we're still British.
I'm
we're
a
still British
Stones
invasion.
and the Who.
Right. Oh, we're British invasion then.
Okay. As I said, music knowledgeable I am, politics very knowledgeable, pro football and college very, very much. One of the hosts here is also very good with college.
I can vouch for the Herbmeister. He is a hell of a professional football bettor.
Professional football is my thing since I'm 16 or 17. Now, this advice out here, again, free of charge, no cost, no solicitations, anything. Use it as you may. And if I am invited back or people ask for me to come back, I surely will do so. I am going to start by saying when it comes to wagering and gambling, I am not going to tell you you are going to win all the time. No one does. Anyone who tells you that is lying.
Right.
Liar.
Right.
I will tell you this. If you asked me on a Sunday afternoon to give you 3 games and you would hope to win 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3, I could not do that. I shall repeat that. I could not do that. My knowledge comes over the larger spectrum. 16 games. Out of 16 games, I can give you 7, 8, 9 winners, 10, 11 maybe on a good day. I will lose a lot of bets. I repeat that. I will lose a lot of bets during a Sunday and a year, but I will win a great deal. I repeat, great deal more than I lose, or I would not be doing this all the time.
Right.
Okay, but guys, the first thing you can decide is if you like to bet on baseball, I am not your person because you already know that baseball betting is based on the pitcher.
Yep,
and if the
that's what I
pitcher
said
gets
before.
a sore arm or has to come out in the second inning and you're giving humongous odds to win the game, your bet is precarious at the very least.
Yeah, in trouble. Yeah.
You're in trouble. So, as a matter of fact, there have been known managers like Pete Rose who gambled, who used to call up and find out from his fellow managers who's pitching. So, baseball is not my thing. Basketball is also not my thing.
I'm pretty good at that.
I was going to make a wager Wednesday on Golden State was playing at the Lakers. Curry against LeBron. LeBron was 6-point favorite. I thought it was a little too much. I would have taken the 6. I did not. I would have won. So that means I left a winner on the board. However, I left a loser on the board last night. I thought the Celtics getting 8 against the Nets, they were winning by 12, and you're getting 8, winning by 20. 8. Celtics were up by 12, and you're getting 8. You're winning by 20. P.S. Final, the Celtics lost by 11. I would have lost. That is why I don't bet on basketball. It's too fast.
Well, you know what? You know what the thing about basketball is? And I actually had a friend that bet all the time, and I actually came up with a system that actually helped him win a lot. It's really like, and the best way to do it is take it slow and don't use the points as much, or curb the points a little if you can. I know you can a certain way.
Did your friend win a lot with the way
he lost all the time until I helped him, and I never bet.
Well, you said that he wound up winning. Did he wind up betting something like this? Let me just guess, because if it's not this, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm watching football since. Hold on to your hats if you're out there listening to the fellas. 1955. That means I'm giving away my age. Right. I'm going to be 77 this year, but as people know me, age 77, looks 57, acts 47, thinks 37.
Yeah.
So if a team goes on the road from the West Coast and plays let's say a West Coast team plays in Denver, and then they're going to Chicago, and then to New York and Philly, if he's betting like the tail end of a road trip, maybe that's how he wins. But I don't have the time or the inclination or the desire to bet on basketball. Football, all the nuances and vagaries that I will talk about are in my head. It's like the Herbmeister computer 101. I don't have to look at.
No, see, I don't either.
And this is a supercomputer, by the way.
And yes, but here's what I did. My brother worked in the NBA when I was a kid, and I learned pretty fast that the home team wins more times than not. It's about the home team. And he was never winning. Every night he would call me, I lost again. I lost pro. I lost college. And I would giggle all the time.
He was giving points.
Oh, yeah, he would do the points. And I said to him one night, I just stopped him, and I go, wait a minute. Who did you bet? And he goes, well, I bet this, and I lost. I bet that. The guy dunked it in the buzzer, blah, blah. I go, well, wait a minute. The Bulls just all broke up. Why don't you bet against them on the road? I go, they're never going to win now. And he was like, he goes, but you never know with the points. I go, well, wait a minute. Aren't you allowed to bet without points? And he goes, yeah. I go, then do it. He goes, but you won't make as much. You go, but you'll never lose. You win every night. And then we expanded it a little to other home teams, and we would just bet them and add them on and add them on. Before you know it, within 3 months, he won close to $10,000.
Well, anyone who could win on either baseball, as we said, or basketball, or even hockey, has my admiration. I would like to see how they would do when it comes to, as Rob knows, college and pro football.
I think I can handle pro football.
So now let me give some tips, and you guys can stop me along the way.
No, go ahead.
If whoever's listening out there wants to make a wager or two on a Sunday afternoon, say, or Sunday night, or Thursday night game, or Sunday night game, or Monday night game, and you're a casual bettor and you're interested, you could either bet. You have to give odds if it's a favorite, or you could give points, and then it's pretty close to even when it comes to the money. You can take 7 points or give 7 points. It's pretty much some gambling sites charge you for either the taking or the giving of the 7 or the 6 or whatever the number is.
Wow.
But here's what I would advise somebody who likes to bet every week. First, go out and get a Mead, MEAD, composition book, the one with the marble black and white cover, with 120 sheets.
Oh, yeah. I remember those.
One of those. And this is what you do. I've already done it. I'm ready for the 2021 season. And I already have some bets in, which I could talk about either tonight or another night. But what you have to do with the professional football is, starting on the first page, you do the AFC East. Buffalo, Miami, New England, the Jets. Skip a page for notes. Then you do the AFC North. That would be Baltimore. Notice alphabetically: Baltimore, Cincy, Cleveland, Pittsburgh. Skip a few pages, then do the South if you want. It's easy for me to name them all, but all you have to do is look them up on any site. In the AFC South is Houston, Indianapolis, Jacksonville, Tennessee. Skip some pages, and then it's Denver, Kansas City.
The Raiders.
I believe. No. It's the AFC.
The Raiders.
I was going to say Denver, Kansas City, the Raiders, and the Chargers. Then skip a bunch of pages, and then do the same. You know all the teams in the NFC. East, North, South, and West. Then skip a bunch of pages and punch in pages where you want to make bets or notes based on that. And then take 3 pages and do this. Take the pages and put preseason game 1. This year there will be 3 exhibition games. There used to be 4. For those who don't know, there used to be 6. I go back to Neanderthal times when I used to get online with Bonnie Rubel and and the Flintstones to make a bet.
Right.
So there was 6, and for 20 years I kept saying, reduce it to 4, reduce it to 4. They reduced it to 4. Now with COVID, this year there were 3. Last year there were none. So don't just put August because you don't know the dates. It'll be something like August 14, 21, 28, something like that. And there'll be a Thursday night game, 4 of them. There'll be Friday night, 4 of them. Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, and Monday. They'll give you Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday of preseason. Do not bet on those games. Repeat. Do not bet on those games. Use those games as batting practice. Write down what the odds are wherever you get your odds. Now, if you're a gambler or a wager betting, don't tell me that you get the odds from the paper, because I'll give you the line that I was taught when I was 15 from my brother-in-law, God rest his soul. If the paper tells you the game is 7 and you want to bet the game, go bet the paper.
Right.
You're going to be able to bet the paper. You have to have what years ago was called a live bookmaker, a bookie. Bookies used to hang out in bars, men's social clubs, not to be disparaging to women, but women now love sports, so maybe they like to bet too.
Mm-hmm.
So all you have to do is find, if you do it the old-fashioned way, and if there still exists, bookmakers at clubs, social halls, bars, restaurants, where you have to put the money up front. If you're betting online, I know of 2 sites. Rob will vouch for this, correct, Robster?
Yes, the good site and the evil site.
Rob, you there?
The good site and the evil site.
Exactly. The good, as you just heard, the good site and the evil site. Why do we call it the good and the evil? The good is very good at giving you the odds, and when you win, after you have to wait a little bit, you get paid off. The evil site has a way of irking you to death. Rob, come on with me. Are we agreed on that?
That's an understatement, Herb.
The evil site. The evil site has irked Rob and me to no end. The only good thing about them is if you do beat them, they pay off pretty quickly. So it's an evil site because you have hard luck against them. They're very annoying. They don't even list in the results. They don't even give you the scores. They just tell you if you won or lost. They don't tell you Team A 28, Team B 24. And they don't. You have to be attuned to what your bet is. The good site shows you a big rectangle with your bet, the time of the bet, the day of the bet, the day of the game, and if you won or lost, it'll show you 28, 24, 30, 20. The evil side doesn't even give you the score. You have to make sure you know. So back to the book.
But first, Herb, we're not going to mention the exact names of the good and evil site. We're not going to mention the exact names of the good and evil site. You're going to have to discover that for yourself, folks. But just know and watch out for bonus plays. They will get you on these bonuses and lock you in.
Excellent. Excellent.
And give you a giant.
I would like you to repeat that, Rob. Would you repeat?
Watch out for the bonuses.
Right, but
when
tell them
bonus,
again to be on. State that. Repeat that last paragraph. You're going to have to find the names of the sites for yourself.
Yes, you got to find the names of the sites for yourself, and watch out for bonuses and rollovers.
Take no bonuses. Take no rollovers. Whatever money you want to put in, that's it. No matter what they tell you, don't do anything, as Rob just said very wisely. Okay? Right. Now, there's been a proliferation of gambling lately, things like the DraftKings and other things, which I know nothing about because gambling has come to some states. I don't know if sports gambling has come. I know years ago it used to be just like casino games, like in Vegas, roulette, craps, also known as dice, and blackjack, of course, and any of the other sports at the tables. But now, if you're betting wherever you find your action, and you put in your money, make sure that you look for every little point you could get, every little half point. For those of you who have already bet, you know this to be so. But for those who don't ever think that 2.5 is the same as 3. Don't ever think 6.5 is the same as 7. Even 9.5 and 10. Don't even think it's every little bit you could get. So when
people lose by 0.5 point all the time. So
I know,
you're right.
Oh, I know that. And be careful about when they induce you on these sites. Do you want to pay a little bit more to gain an extra point or a 0.5 point? Mm-hmm. I don't do that. Mm-hmm. That's something that after all the different talks we have on the phone and information that we give out, or I give out free of charge, you decide how you want to bet. Because as you just said very wisely, people lose all the time by 0.5 point. I mean, if you let's say there's a game that's a 10-point favorite. Team A is 10 points over Team B. I would never give the 10. I mean, I would never. I would sooner take the 10 and hope the team is winning like by 20, and the team you took 10 with somehow gets a touchdown late in the game. What's called a gimme, like a backdoor cover. Like if a team is let's say you give you're able enough to have courage to spot 10 points, which I would never do. I would take 10 before I would ever give 10. And if it's 20-0 all game, and the team puts in the subs, and the other team gets a score, and a miracle happens, they lose 20-10. Well, there's the 10. At least you got your money back. What I'm trying to say is, giving points will kill you. The name of sports betting in football, college, and the pros is underdogs, also called shorts.
Right. And you're right about that because even when my friend did bet a point or two, every once in a while he would do it with the basketball. I go, unless it's like 1 point or that's almost like a pick 'em. You just take the whole team. Don't go too far.
Well, you make a good point now. Let me bring this. Rob, I wasn't introduced to your associate. What's his name?
His name's Bob.
I'm Bob Spino.
Bob is good enough. Bob, you just mentioned a point or two, something like that. I did not and do not bet even the playoffs in hockey and basketball. Tonight's game, a Wednesday, the Knicks opened up at home, 1.5 point favorite tonight at home in the Garden over Atlanta. The game dropped to 1. which meant the early money was coming in on Atlanta. The game was pick'em as tonight. When I came back this afternoon, I looked at what the line would be. Atlanta, the Hawks at the Knicks, pick'em. I have no idea what the game started at 8, so it's got to be like in the third period or
it's
close
tie
to the fourth.
game with
I
9
have no
seconds
idea.
left in the game.
No kidding.
Say again?
It's tied game
It's a
with 9
tie
seconds
game
left.
with 9 seconds.
Who's got the ball? Who's got the ball?
That we don't know.
I don't
I can
know.
find that. I can find
Game
that
with
out
9
right now.
seconds. All right, you know what that means? The guy who made the line for this particular site gets a pat on the back by the bosses. Because how good can you be? First of all, if you took 1.5 with the Hawks Wednesday, you could have also bought it back today with the Knicks pick'em. If the game ends Knicks by 1, you win both ways. That's called a middle, which I'll get into in football on another show or on another podcast. Middles are sophisticated gambling. But if it's tie game with 9 seconds to go, you're hanging in the balance. I mean, you could be hanging in the balance in football games too, but basketball games are like what I call you might as well take the gas pipe and start, breathing the gas fumes because you're aggravated. By the way,
interestingly,
I don't know who I would have bet on, nor would I have bet on it, even if I knew I would have bet on. Like I said, I left the winner on the board Wednesday, and I left the loser on the board last night.
Right.
By the way, the late game, I think, is the Grizzlies are playing. I forgot who they're playing, but the Grizzlies are 9-point favorite. So, it's a playoff game. I would take the 9. Now, they may get blown out, but we're getting off the book. I want to get the book in before we close out tonight. Anytime.
No, you have as much time as you want.
Let me get back to the book. After you have the 3 pages following each team. I left something out. I'm glad you reminded me, Bob. When I said 1 page for each team, go find out either on your computer or the NFL site. You have to have access to because they give you a lot of information. I use the site for information only. When I said you put down Buffalo, Miami, New England, and the Jets, and so forth, I forgot to say the key thing. You go to the site and you write down all 18 weeks on the page. Buffalo 9-12. Pittsburgh at Buffalo, 9-19, 9-26, 10-3, 10-10, 10-17, 10-24, 10-31, 11-7, 11-14, 11-21, 11-28, 12-5, 12-12, 12-19, 12-26, 1-2, 1-9. The season ends 1-9. There are now 18 weeks, 17 games, 1 bye for each team. Have that completely on each, have the whole schedule on each page and get it done as soon as you can, because if you're going to start betting in the summer, you want to look at who they're playing each week. And then after the 3 pages of preseason 1, preseason 2, preseason week 3, which I say again, use it for batting practice. Write down the odds where you get the odds, the over-under and the odds, and write down next to it what you would have done. Do not bet on those games.
No, you never put a preseason game. You don't even know who's going to play half the time.
You don't even know who's going to play, right? But not only you don't know who's going to play, in game 1, it used to be this format. Game 1, hardly anyone played. Game 2, they played a quarter to a half. Game 3, everyone tried to play hard and win, make the team, and nobody played in game 4.
Because nobody wanted to get hurt.
So it was 1, nobody, 2, a little more, 3, everyone tried to win because we're getting ready, and then in game 4, don't get hurt. And then the following week, the season starts. Now that there's only 3 exhibition games, game 1, 2, and 3, which will probably be like middle of August, the third week in August, the fourth week in August. The season starts 9/12. Labor Day, everyone should make note on their calendar. Labor Day is the 5th, 6, 7, 8. Labor Day is September 6th. Tuesday's the 7th. Wednesday's the 8th. The season opener is Dallas at Tampa Bay. They picked Dallas to open the season at the home of the champions of the previous year, Tampa Bay.
Sure.
So now after the preseason games, which you used as batting practice to see which team is winning, which team is scoring, who looks good, who don't look good, take it all with a grain of salt. But at the end of the 3 weeks, now in your book, you put down week 1, 9/9, 9/12, 9/13, and you have already done, looking at the NFL site or any site that you find what the schedule is for each team. You write down all the games, the 16 games on week 9/12 is the Sunday. The following week is 9/19, then 9/26, then 10/3, then 10/10. Somewhere either 10/10 or October 10th, 10/17. That's when they're going to begin the buys. There'll be 2, 3. There'll be 2, or how would they do it? They're going to do it with. They have to have an even number, so they're going to have 2 teams get a bye, or 4 teams get a bye, or 6 teams get a bye.
Sure.
So that particular week, there will be those less games. And as a matter of fact, there was supposed to be, with an 18-week schedule, 17 games. They were thinking about making 2 weeks of a bye during the year, but it's too complicated for the schedule maker to schedule each team with 2 byes. So it's 1 bye. This year, when the season ends on January 9th and the playoffs are then the following week, the 15 and 16, 22 and 23, 29. And this year, the Super Bowl, if you don't already know it out there, people who are listening,
it's
and those who might, it's going to be, I believe, 100, not 100%, but I believe it's going to fall out on the Sunday night of President's Day weekend, which they wanted to make it anyway because it's like a national holiday. Who does anything on Sunday night, the Super Bowl? And so Sunday night, Monday will be President's Day. A lot of people will be off, which means there'll be more eating, more drinking, more betting, and more carrying on the night of the Super Bowl, with Monday being a President's Day holiday. That's what they were aiming for all along. Now, when you write down week 1 schedule, you put down early line, like when it'll come out right after the 3rd week of the exhibitions. Then you have to turn the page over and write the same thing you wrote on the first side, but you write actual line, because the first side is the early line that'll come out, which I could tell you when it'll come out. It'll come out a couple of days after the last exhibition. So you're going to have to you're going to have the early line. You could put the early line, which is already out now, as Rob knows. I could go to my book, but I think I'm going to hold that for the next time we talk. Mm-hmm. The early line has already been put out by, as Rob so wisely said, the evil site and the good site. And there's a little difference of 4 games between the two. About 12 games, 11 or 12, the line is the same, but it's a little different between the good site and the evil site. Which I could get into, whether it's tonight or another time.
I have a bunch of questions for you.
Well, let me just finish this part, and then you could. The other, so you're going to have the opening line on one side, and then the same week 1 opening line, and then turn the page and write the same thing, only the actual line. The actual line you could tweak every day from the day it comes out until Sunday. The line changes up until 1 o'clock. 12:58, they closed it down, and you can't bet anymore the 1 o'clock games, but you could bet the 4:15 games.